situation.
You know, it's the small things that developers do that make me chuckle, and when I heard the elevator music on Gulf of Oman, it actually got a laugh out of me. But what's going on, guys, in the works? And today we're going to be taking a look at everyone's favorite assault rifle, the F2000. I know it's an assault rifle that I really enjoy using, and it's one of the Second Assault DLC weapons. So we're going to be sticking to the Second Assault maps. I figured that's what you guys want to see, because Second Assault is something that's only out on the Xbox One. So us Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, and PC players have not got a chance to use any of these weapons. But being a big fan of the F2000 in general, I decided to sit down and grind it out to get this thing unlocked. And a lot of people that already had it unlocked said, Jake, don't get your hopes up, it's not a very good weapon, and the assignment is super frustrating. And I looked over the assignment, which is called Express Train, and it says you need to get 2 assist ribbons, kill assist ribbons, you need to get 10 kills in the metro, and you need to get an assault rifle ribbon. I'm like, okay, not too hard, that seems pretty simple. But then I thought about it and I was like, 2 assist kill ribbons, that's the equivalent of 10 kill assists, which, you know, it's hard to go from going out there to trying to kill people to trying to not kill people, and that's essentially what this assignment is. Now I know someone's going to be like, well, can't you just get your assist over the course of your playtime, you know, it'll add up and eventually you'll unlock it. Common logic would say yes, that would be the case. Unfortunately, Battlefield 4 is glitched and you have to get all of these stipulations done within 1 round on Metro. So it's actually kind of frustrating that, you know, you have to get 10 kill assists, you have to go out there and try not to kill people. It's kind of counterproductive, and it's hard to get into that mindset. You know, when I finally unlocked it, I was on the edge of my seat. There was like 3 tickets left, I was 1 kill assist away, and I got really lucky with a grenade, and I unlocked the F2000. I was very happy because I had tried probably for about an hour to unlock it, and I don't know if I was just getting unlucky, but it seemed like every time I tried to not kill someone, I never ended up getting the assist, and that led to me not having my 10 kills in the round to get the assault rifle ribbon. So it was a little bit frustrating, so I ended up unlocking it with 3 tickets left in a round, and I was very excited. But let's talk about the weapon itself. I personally enjoy using the F2000. Now, I didn't have high hopes for it. Being one of my favorite assault rifles in the world, though, I had to unlock this thing just to see what it was all about, because I loved it in Battlefield 3. It was one of my favorites. It was just a cool looking weapon. I mean, you look at it and it's futuristic. You may notice right off the bat, it's got the factory scope, which is signature to the F2000. You can also put on any other sort of optic to it, and I think you can actually use the iron sights as well. But I personally prefer it with this. I find that this makes the recoil a little bit easier to control. Now, that's probably a lot of placebo, because in video games it's hard to really analyze recoil and stuff like that in terms of placebo versus not placebo when it comes to sights, because it's not like a real life situation, obviously. But my test with it, I prefer the default sight over like the reflex sight or something like that. That's just my personal preference. I think it looks cool, and it works just fine. I don't have any problem killing people with it. Now, I will be the first to admit, I am not the best with a controller. You can see there, I have no idea what I'm doing at times because it has been so long since I exclusively played with a controller. So when I picked up the F2000, I didn't think that I was going to be able to control it as well as I probably should be able to, because I mean, on PC, I would have no problem with it, but being not as good with the controller, I was a little bit nervous. Surprisingly, though, the F2000 is very controllable for being a high fire rate weapon. It shoots 850 rounds per minute and is a bullpup rifle, so it has a lot of advantages. I personally like running it with the ergo grip or like the laser sight to increase the hip fire. There's a lot of different things you can do with the F2000. I know a lot of people might say, well, it's an in-your-face weapon, but surprisingly enough, I had no problems taking out people at medium ranges with this thing. Just if you learn how to kind of compensate fire and burst and be very precise with your shots, you'll have no problem with this thing. It's very easy to control. But the biggest question that's probably going to get asked is, where does this weapon fit on the spectrum of assault rifles? Because we've got the AEK and the FAMAS at the top of the pile with the highest fire rate. You know, we got the ACE-23, which is the all-around good weapon, similar to the M16 in Battlefield 3. You know, where does the F2000 kind of slide in there? Well, I personally think it fills the void that existed between like the ACE-23 and L85 and the AEK and the FAMAS. It's a faster fire rate weapon that also has controllability and benefits from the bullpup design, because you get the better hip fire, the better handling, you know, the typical characteristics of a bullpup weapon. So I could actually see a lot of people liking the F2000 when it finally comes out to all the other platforms. It's a lot different than it was in Battlefield 3 in my opinion. It feels like it has a better place in the game. So Let me know what you guys thought about this footage though, because oddly enough, I actually used the Xbox 360 to edit all the footage together and record all the footage. I figured I'd try out the game DVR feature just to see whether or not it worked and how well it actually did. And I actually think the quality was pretty good. Even though it did only record in 720, we can upscale it for you guys to 1080 if you need it. But I actually think it turned out pretty good. So let me know what you guys thought about the quality. Like I said though, back to the F2000. It is a very beautiful weapon in this game. I was glad to see that this weapon actually wasn't absolutely horrible. It is definitely something that I'm going to be checking out once the PC version of Second Assault does come out, because I think it's fun to use, it's fun to look at, and I love the default scope on it. But if you missed my past videos, here's a chance to catch up, and hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Peace.